1008 TVU Sports, I'm in the building, man. And I'm about to bring y'all the final edition of the top 5 in 11 and 12-year-old division. But before I get into all that, I just really want to say a really special thank you to all the coaches, all the fans, all the kids, all the players that really took top 5 on and wore it, and they lived by it, and they made it that much special. They made it that much more special to me. And I just want to say thank you for all the support that y'all gave 1008 TVU Sports throughout this whole journey of the top 5. But we're in our final edition, and this one is going to be the one that is going to bring us into the playoffs. So without further ado, is y'all ready? Let's make it pop off. Let's dive in and get the party started, and we're going to jump in with the number 5 team. They was at number 5 a week ago, and they're holding their position. But they have the biggest game of the season coming up tonight, which will determine how the playoff seed and the playoff bracket is going to go. So when we talk about the number 5 team, I'm talking about the MCCUE Eagles. And on this show, I'm going to do something a little different, a little something special. I'm going to go back to week 1. The preseason top 5 I did, and I'm just going to see what I said about this team in week 1 and see where they stand at. Let's go, MCCUE.
Number 1, in my opinion, I like when you told me you wanted to put them in number 1. One of the reasons why I'm saying is because this was a young team that lost in the championship last year. A young team that lost in the championship to a stacked, awesome, well-coached Harrell Rams team.
Yes.
Put up 2 touchdowns. Really balled out. I mean, even though they got whooped, I wasn't mad with their effort. They showed up. And then that guy is back. That guy.
Today, I got to say this about that guy before we go on foot. I found his nickname.
He had a nickname?
I just made one up for him. I just did that.
Just not?
Yeah, just not.
What it is?
Let me tell you why it is what it is.
Okay, break it down.
This one kid that I've seen through the history of North that people scared of. They scared of Freddie.
Scared?
Man, Freddie's the talk of the city right now. The whole weight issue is about Freddie.
Wow.
I don't care what nobody says. The weight issue that we speak
y'all serious with that?
Is about Freddie. Every coach out there knows, man, Freddie the best. Fred the best. He ain't gonna make the weight though. And I'm under the pressure. I don't care if he make the weight or not. Let him play. If you're a great coach, stop him.
You wouldn't even be saying nothing about it. Let's go.
But that's how great Fred is. But that's why I nicknamed him Freddie Cool.
Freddie Cool,
yeah. He Freddie Cool, and now they're scared of him. They're scared of Freddie Cool.
I'm laughing because it makes so much sense, dog.
Freddie go, but they took a loss to Willie Hall, 30-6. That didn't make them look too good as a team. But talking to Coach Ray, he said them boys gonna bounce back, get ready for the playoff where everybody's 0-0. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the preseason top 5 and see what we had to say about PONTCHARTRAIN.
They lost in the championship last year, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they lost to MCCUE and
in the semis. Okay, so they lost in the winning championship. The year before, where were they as far as 11 and 12?
They lost in the championship to Harrell.
Lost in the championship to Harrell. So what's up with PONTCHARTRAIN? What's up with Coach Ray, man?
Well, Coach Ray got the 2016 9-10-year championship team.
Okay.
That's featuring the great Christian brothers.
Oh.
And Christian Pritchard is back.
Well, I was about to ask you that because I heard you.
Yeah, and it made big news.
What is Pop's name?
Kentrell.
What up, Pete? Come out at us, man. You already know what up. You're always invited. Please come out at us. We in the hut right now. Throw back as they come. But cool. Tell me about PONTCHARTRAIN.
PONTCHARTRAIN, and this is what I like about PONTCHARTRAIN.
Go.
PONTCHARTRAIN has the one player on their team that I'm not gonna lie, really reminds me of myself, man.
And who is that, Marcus?
No, that's Sanchez. 2.5.
Who is that?
Oh man, you gotta see this kid. When I say he's the fastest running back in
Who is that? I don't know him.
You will see him this year.
I'm gonna see him this
year?
I don't know you, dog. What's him?
No, Mr. 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5?
2.5. Sanchez 2.5. That's what I call him.
I don't know him. You gotta make me know who you is, dog.
But
PONTCHARTRAIN Patriots with Coach Ray now. I mean, do they have a chip on their shoulder? Are they coming back with a little with saying that, you know, we at number 2 right now, but I'm feeling a little disrespect. Let's move along
to the number 3 team on this list. Quarterback U. One of my favorite little parks in the city. I'm liking what they standing about. And let's go and see Lions Center, what we said about Lions Center on a previous top 5 to see if we knew what we was talking about. The number 2 team. This is what everybody has been waiting for. Who is the number 2 team? And it took me a lot. It was hard for me to come up with a definitive answer about which team is number 2 and which team is number 1. But when I come up with the whole plot and a plan, the whole argument about the West versus the East, all these things came into play when I had to come up with who's going to be the number 2 ranked team. And the number 2 ranked team, without further ado, the Norman Wildcats. Why Norman number 2? I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just going to go back and see what we said about Norman coming into this season.
Come on, one of my favorite folks, y'all know what they
shirt on. Matthias Lee.
Matthias Lee.
Well, how you to say the rest of the league caught up to them? Matthias Lee went on a growth spurt too.
Okay.
So I guess he's with the rest of the league getting a whole lot better. Okay. Right now, Matthias Lee the man.
Matthias Lee the man?
Matthias Lee the man.
I haven't laid eyes on him yet, but you've been on the phone, you've been telling me about him. So yeah. I'm definitely going to respect your word on that. We got the Norman Wildcats at number 5, bro. Number 5, for the Norman Wildcats. I am not mad with that. I am very happy that they're in the building.
Let me say this. Now, Norman, you know, at the beginning of the season, Coach T, my boy, he put the bullseye on his back and he called himself the Bullet.
Okay.
And the number 1 team, the number 1 team, Wakanda, man. Welcome to Wakanda. Welcome to the number 1 spot. And they said at the beginning of the year, check Tim out what he said at the beginning of the year. 1008 TVU Sports, we are at Joe W. Brown at the Nord Jamboree, and I'm here with these little boys that got mad at me because they wasn't ranked in the top 5. Yeah. The Willie Hall Panthers. What's up, fellas? Let me get it here. I got Tim Wynn right here, very impressive, at 3 different positions I seen you play. Tell me about this Willie Hall team going into this year.
Man, we had came from nothing. I want that number 1 spot. We coming from MCCUE all day. I want that.
Now how you gonna handle being on that west side of the bracket with teams like PONTCHARTRAIN, Samson, MCCUE, Digby, and y'all? What makes y'all team better than all these other teams on that side of the bracket?
We got heart. New team like us got heart, and we got throwing. Nobody quarterback throwing us.
Okay. What's coaches got going on at practice to make y'all with all this discipline and this tightness about y'allself?
Don't play at practice. It's all physical.
Now let me ask the whole team something. Y'all see in the top 5, where y'all supposed to be ranked at? So y'all the best 11, 12 young team?
Yeah. Nobody can beat us.
Don't tell me, tell them. So all year long, these guys have played to be the number 1 team in the top 5, and they did it. They did it. But they got a big game coming up tonight against MCCUE, and that's going to determine a whole lot of things moving forward when it comes to the playoffs. Willie Hall at number 1. Now let's go back and see. Ah, shit, I got to do Willie Hall again. And the number 1 team is none other than the Willie Hall Panthers. Welcome to Wakanda. And this team is built on a whole lot of playmakers on this team. Just a lot of them. But before I get into, I'm not even going to get into Willie Hall. Let's go back and to see Willie Hall first appearance on the top 5. And that's our top 5, the final edition. At number 5, we have those MCCUE Eagles. At number 4, we have the PONTCHARTRAIN Patriots. At number 3, we have the Lions Center Lions. At number 2, we have the Norman Wildcats. And our number 1 team in 11 and 12, final edition, is the Willie Hall Panthers. Willie Hall. But before I get out of here, let's talk about a few things that you know very, very important to me. The 3rd annual 1008 TVU Sports Awards is coming up November 27th at Landry Walker High School. We're still in the process of getting these funds together to actually make this thing work. And we asking for your help. You go on the website and make a donation if that's what you feel you want to do. You could hit us on Cash App to make a donation if you feel that's what you want to do. Cash App code 1008 Youth. We got some parents out. They got a fundraiser going on Facebook. If you want to help us out. But this award show is coming up and it's going to be big. 125 kids. We had to up the number from 100 to 125. So coaches, if you ain't hollered at me yet to get your nomination forms, to get your kids in, you need to do so ASAP. 1008 TV Youth Sports, I'm in the building, man. Final edition, Top 5. And thank y'all again for all the support and making Top 5 what it is. Holla back.